Maryann Singh. Maryann is president of the Interfaith Leadership Council, an amazing woman that I'm so blessed to know. I'll give you the credentials, which are many, and I've had to pick and choose because we don't want to be here all day. And then I'll tell you what I love most about her. Maryann is on the board of directors. That's helpful, thank you. The lights, Freddie, yay. On the board of directors for the Gurdwara Sanghi Mata Tripta, and is chair of the IFLC Grant Committee. And again, IFLC is the Interfaith Leadership Council in Metro Detroit. She's a working member of the Education Committee and the Community Building Committee. And she has done significant work with Wisdom. I'm on the board with Wisdom, as are several of you in this room. And Maryann's heart is also with Roundtable for Diversity and Inclusion. And I enjoy tuning in at 6:30 in the morning on a Sunday while I'm getting ready for church to listen to Interfaith Odyssey. Now, Maryann is a regular panelist there, along with 4 or more interfaith leaders in community. And on a personal note, your family is amazing. Your hospitality, you make my heart sing when I watch and listen to you continuously say yes as we globally try and advance diversity and cultural understanding, because therein is the sweet spot. Understanding first, and then what happens later when we realize that we are one. Help me welcome, please, Maryann Singh. Reverend David Casco. David was born in Detroit. His twin brother and younger brother were raised in a Catholic family. David attended Redford High School and then Wayne State University, where he met the unification movement. He joined and now has traveled to 47 of the 50 states and to 7 nations around the world doing church missionary work. David completed his BA in psychology at George Washington University in Washington, D.C., while working at the Washington Times newspaper. He went to earn an MA in clinical psychology at Loyola, and then a master's degree of religious education at the Unification Theological Seminary in Barringtown, New York. He was matched and blessed in marriage to his wife, Chicago, by the Reverend and Mrs. Moon in 1989. They have one son, Adam. Reverend David currently is the pastor of the Metro Detroit Family Church, the worship center of the Family Federation for World Peace and Unification. He wrote his memoir, My Life with Reverend Moon, in 2014. Help me welcome, please, Reverend David. Our next panelist, Walter Ruby, comes to us through Washington, D.C., and you've met him. He's served as the Muslim Religious Relations Program Director since March of 2008. And he is a strong advocate, as you've heard, of Muslim-Jewish communication and reconciliation. He organized the foundation-sponsored First National Summit of Imams and Rabbis in November of 2007 in New York, and coordinates global participation for the annual weekend of 20, which we heard about too. As a career reporter, Ruby covered on President Anwar, his historic trip to Jerusalem, and the breakup of the Soviet Union. He has served as New York and United Nations correspondent for the Jerusalem Post and Moscow correspondent for the Jerusalem Post and the Forward, and wrote for the New York Jewish Week and New York Daily News. Help me welcome, please. Welcome. Our representative from the Hare Krishna faith tradition is Antariska Das. English name Eric Consley began studying the Bhagavad Gita as it is in March of 1976. After practicing and studying Bhakti Yoga for about a year, he took initiation into the chanting of the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra by the founder Akara of the International Society for Krishna Consciousness. His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivanti Swami Srila Prabhupada, on August 29, 1977. His son, Prema Crossley, and daughter-in-law, Vanessa, had a child named Sophie Marie, which changed your life, right? Thus making him a granddad, and which helps him be even more conscious of committing to being his best version of his best self, to spread God consciousness on our troubled planet. Antariska Das is a retired adjunct professor with an MA in creative writing from Michigan State, where he specializes in teaching creative writing and communications. He also taught inmates for 3 years inside the walls of the Michigan Department of Corrections. Antariska gardens and writes poetry, he says, as if his life depended on them. Help me welcome, please, Antariska. Michael Kelly. Michael Kelly is a member of the Detroit Meeting of Friends and is also active in other peace and justice initiatives on both the state and local level. These include Pax Christi in Michigan, the Detroit Catholic Worker Community, Detroit Interfaith Outreach Network, that's DION, that Rabbi Tariq heads up, Amnesty International, and several other groups seeking to build a society that more reflects our common humanity and our common divinity. Help me welcome, please, Michael. And representing the Muslim faith tradition is Sumaya Ahmed. Sumaya Ahmed is an Oakland University graduate, having received a bachelor's degree in elementary education and her master's in special education. She is currently the director of organization at the Tutoring Center in Troy. Her current role as the communications director for the Michigan Muslim Community Council, she organizes and coordinates various community-based events. Some of her most recognized accomplishments are the Muslim Volunteer Day, Nolan School Makeover, Capital Day, and the Michigan Muslim Community Center Community Calendar. She also is currently serving on the board of the Interfaith Leadership Council of Metro Detroit. Islamic Association Greater Detroit's Community Affairs Committee, the Michigan Muslim Communities Youth Council, and the Greater Detroit Muslim Jewish Solidarity Council. Sumaya has contributed to many other organizations over the years as Oakland University's Muslim Student Association president, the ISNA's Interfaith's Media Relations Chair and a member of STEM. That stands for Science, Technology, Engineering, and Math Education Board. Samaya continues to passionately serve the communities that she has helped and that helped raise her, and prays that the community will achieve great success in the years to come. Help me welcome Samaya. Okay, now the question at hand for somewhere in a pile of papers is, tell us about a time when you have stood up for each other, what it is that you learned, and could we please